Howdy, this is Hudson Hank, coming to you bourbon bloated and duly noted, here today to talk about an issue being absorbed into the dermis of the second greatest valley on earth. I'm of course talking about tattoos. Tattooing has been around for quite some time, with the earliest evidence being found from 30 BC. Tattoos at this point in history were used in several cultures for spiritual purposes. Over the coming centuries, the use of tattoos has undergone several changes. Most recently, they are used to avert attention from flaws. That's why every flat-chested girl has a scripted quote under her A cup, and every tub of shit has a chest piece covering up his D cups. The idea of tattooing was brought back to England after several voyages by Captain James Cook to the South Pacific. Captain Cook and his crew returned from their voyage with sick new infected ink, and the Europeans could not wait to drive some into their own flesh. This ink infatuation soon jumped the pond and caught on in the US of A. The practice of tattooing is still mostly reserved for sailors, but it branched out into criminals, drug addicts, and military men as well. The first professional tattoo shop opened just a short ride from Henry Hudson's Valley in New York City. A German feller named Martin Hildenbrandt owned the shop in 1846 and made a bundle tattooing sailors. Outside his shop was a large sign that welcomed sailors to his parlor. Today, women are still using Mr. Hildenbrandt's art in advertising by getting tramp stamps to attract an even saltier form of seamen. For a short while, tattoos were also popular with the upper class because they were expensive and time-consuming. But the status symbol element of the tattoo dissolved once the electric tattoo gun was invented around the start of World War I, and the wealthy once again forgot about the practice and went back to more admirable pastimes like slave owning. The rapscallion reputation of tattoos endured all the way until the 1970s. At this point, people began getting them as a way to express themselves and drum up a fake personality. Slowly but surely, they became more acceptable in society. Today, seeing a person with a tattoo is less surprising than seeing a person wearing a wristwatch. Tattoos in the second greatest valley on earth have become a bit like herpes. Everyone has them, they're just not always visible. There are a few questions old Hank has for ink addicts. For instance, why do career criminals keep on getting them? If you know you're going to be out robbing and raping, why would you want a bunch of designs specific to you plastered on your flesh, making it easier to identify you? Also, why do girls insist on getting butterflies on the bony part of their feet where they will never see the light of day and hurt like hell? Just thinking about a needle repeatedly tapping against the talus of a twiggy teenager makes this crunch-wrap cowboy cringe because it looks like a ton of pain for very little gain. And if chunky pale women could stop getting Jack Skellington sketches and just give old Hank a ring, that'd be great. It does seem the folks who think tattoos are a good way to make themselves stand out from the crowd are a bit like old Hank's cable package. Basic. There are very few constants in this world old Hank can hang his hat on, but I've learned that the couple who gets their partner's name tattooed relationship won't last as long as the pack of most stuffed Oreos old Hank has in his pantry. And every chick that has shooting stars behind her ear is going to yell excessively in Walmart at her young son that she dresses like the man who walked out on her. It's true, tattoos are an expensive and possibly painful way to typecast yourself, but it's your choice and no one can tell you not to. Old Hank prefers to do his body modifications the old-fashioned way, with lethargy, liquor, and lard, but that's an even more expensive and painful process, so I wouldn't recommend it. The fact of the matter is, we are all just trying to stand out, and in a funny way, that's what makes us all the same. This has been Hudson Valley Hank. You can take it to the bank. Sleep peaceful, sweet valley of mine.